Hello guys, it's Susanna here. I'm going to be making this gorgeous pincushion, and I thought I'd do one first and then I would come on and show you how I did it. I got this awesome product from that's from England. It's called Ashmead Designs, and they're these paper piecing, like English paper piecing, but they're sort of soft, and you actually leave them in there so you don't take them out. And I found these on Emma, I can't remember her last name, it's Vintage Sewing Basket. If I remember, I'll link her underneath. She's really cute, and she's who got me onto English paper piecing, and then she said these. So I really like it, because the most annoying part of doing it is actually unclipping and taking the bits and pieces out. So I've pre-done this already. I did one in this sort of blues and pinks, and I thought I really wanted to do something in just pinks and just have the blue background. So what I've done, so yeah, just go onto website www.ashmeaddesigns.com. it's from England. It wasn't that cheap. I got 6 lots. Like I've got because it's in pounds, and you get 60 in a packet. So I got 2 lots of hexagons, so I got 120 of them, and then I got half hexagons, and then I got 2 lots of these are called the diamond, or the jewels one. And for all of these, including postage, it's £26, but it was almost $50. Like, it wasn't cheap. So I'm gonna go to my local shop, quilt shop, and see if she can maybe get them in wholesale and see. But I mean, it's still worth it, because you don't have to take them out, and it's not like, I mean, 120 pieces of each. You know, I'm not planning on making a massive quilt. I'm going to make lots of little things, but I really love how this turned out. This is a cute little pincushion. So yeah, quite like it. I should get some of my new pins. Yeah, I do like how it's turned out. So put that over there. I've already pre-done some of these. I've gotten iron-on interfacing on one side, and then on the other side I've got wadding, and it's 6 by 6, 6 inches by 6 inches square, the main square. So I'm going to be working on that. See, I might even just give it a little bit of a glue, even though it stays together because it's wadding. It's fluffy. So what I'm going to do is, you've already seen me put some of these together, but I will, where else? I've got this beautiful, that's got this button here, which I got a few of them, and I found this button, and I was saving that for something nice, so I thought I'm going to have that in the middle. So I'll have that there. I sort of wanted to sort of put them in a way that they lock in. So you might have a lighter one, sort of darker one. Lighter one. There we go. does work. Doesn't look like it works, but it does. So you get these little tags. There we go. I think that works. Okay, so I'm going to get my thread, and this is the Gutermann thread, and I'll just show you how I put one together, because you've already seen me do some of this, but it's always nice just to do, because it's the jewel shape, it's a little bit different. And then I'll pause it or even stop it, and then if it stops, I can always join it together. Okay, but yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out actually. And so having this on there gives it that real plump look. That's an old from a doily. See, these are vintage pieces. That's a vintage piece, whereas the other stuff is a little bit, can't believe that they come out. Okay, now I'm going to put that to there. So you put those bits, you just sew the long bits together. So when you start, I'm going to start in the corner like that. I like this shape, the Diamante. I got the idea to do these like I was going to do like the hexagon shape, but I've got this book, it's called Stitch Vintage. There it is, and they had them like that on there. It's beautiful. It's got some really nice stuff in here, sort of vintagey stitching stuff. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? So it had that, and it's got a where's the needle case? It's got a needle case in there, which, there we go, there's that. It's down here. Beautiful, using doilies, and I bought this years ago, so it's been something that I've always loved. Here's the pattern for that book. There it is. I thought, oh, that's nice. So yeah, look at this lady. I think I've it's sort of got a couple of 1930s ones. Look at that. So I really quite like that. That I think has got 8, whereas this is there 6, and it's a little bit of a different shape. But yeah, I've had that book for years, and I thought, oh, I really like that. So once again, just loop it so it catches. The first one you sort of loop it and do a knot. I don't know whether I did it because I've got them sidetracked, but that's what you do. And then you just grab a little bit of it, and because these are staying in, they actually feel really nice to hold. Other when you do the paper, they're a bit thinner, whereas this, it's got a really nice puppiness to it. I think it would be just so cool not to have to worry about taking them out. And I was actually thinking, if I can't get these, like if my local patchwork shop can't get them, I was actually thinking that iron-on interfacing, like a thicker iron-on interfacing, the one I've used on here is a bit thinner, but you can get the thicker stuff, or even just normal interfacing. You don't have to have the iron on, and just sort of make my own. Okay. Oh, always seems to catch. So they're sort of like, yeah, they're called jewels, so they sort of remind you a bit of a diamond. So after I've done this, I'll turn it off, and when you come back, I'll have all that sewn on. quite relaxing actually. Except for when you're doing it on camera. Oop. Now push that down. You don't cut those little tail bits off. But when you're gluing, you tend to glue the same way so that the tail bits interlock with each other. Even though I've got a button on there, you don't see them when you sew them. So you go all the way to, where's the point? Where is it? Where the 2 points meet? There they are. Couple more stitches and hopefully I'm in camera. Yeah. It's at night, finding it a little bit hard to see. The older you get, blinder you get, even though I got my glasses. Oh, of course, the last bit is not going to work for me. Okay, there we go. Look, actually it makes a good little heart shape. Isn't that cute? So, so what would be the next one you would sew on? I would probably sew that one on. And then you push those down. Where is it? That's why you get a longer piece. Where are we? And then proceed to sew, and then that, you see I don't have to sew the ends because I'm going to be sewing that onto there. So I will finish sewing these and then I'll be back. Okay, we're back up again. Well, I finished sewing that together. So what I'm going to do here is get out the little ruler, and I've still got the little bit attached on here because we're going to hand sew that on. Oh gee, my iron is a bit dirty, not good. So the middle should be about 3, which is exactly right there, and then there. Oh, there you go. So what I might do is just get a little bit of this and let that glue and hold that down a little bit. So great that we can have glue. Hopefully you saw that. Then if you wanted to, you can go on the machine and then you just stitch around here, but because I'm going to be doing a stitch on the inside and on the outside, I won't do that. I'm just going to, I've got this, the thread, and you just catch it under, and because it's got wadding underneath, it's actually, it's like what you call a slip stitch. You just pick it up. I think I've shown you how to do this in other videos where I was doing some English paper piecing on Sarah's block, or I was working on my Sew for the Soul piece where I did a couple of hexagons on there. So it's actually pretty quick. Slip stitching it on. Doesn't take too long. And it gives you the satisfaction that it's completely hand stitched in every way. Okay. It doesn't really take long. I've already got around that lot. So how are we all going? I've been wanting to make another pincushion for a little while now, and because I've had this for years and it's got a couple of rust spots from the you know, some of the needles and stuff. So I think I made that in the 90s. Still going all right. But sometimes it's not a matter of you know, it's a matter of wanting a change, not that the pincushion is worn out or not functional. It's still working. Yeah, never have enough pincushions. Someone recently told me on their channel. So putting it on here. So you do all this sort of sewing before you actually put the pillow together. This is the one with the wadding, and this has got the interfacing. So that's the back, and I thought the wadding needs to be on the front because that's where you put in the pins and all that kind of stuff as well. So okay, once again I will give it a pause, and I will be back once this is done, and then I'm going to sew in the button. Okay, well that's now stuck down. Now on the last one I used this thread, and it's a little bit thicker, and I had quite a bit of trouble, so I'm going to try using the DMC. I might use this because it's pretty much the same colour on the outside, but on the inside I am going to use that. I'll just see how I go. So we start, I'm going to start there. Okay, in the middle, just a little way, got a knot, and then we're just going to do a running stitch. Okay, I'm going to put on my thimble. Believe it or not, you need this, baby. Oh yeah, it's a little bit easier than what it was with the thicker thread. It was, I had to really, I mean it's a bit thicker, probably because it's got the stuff on the inside. There we go, when you've got a long piece of thread as well. So just about, you know, I want it to look a little bit off the edge. Actually, I quite like the look of the thinner. Yeah, you can just have a look. I'll go all the way around and I'll show you how I can be a bit tricky. Thick. It's just your little running stitch. It is a little bit harder on here because you've got the thickness of all the layers. Okay. Now you don't end up, see, sometimes I have to pull it out that way. I must have, if I end up, normally when I did that one, you don't see it, you see that outer layer, but because this is actually padded, you actually don't end up picking up a lot of that. You just probably do the padding, and then you pick up a little bit. Okay, sometimes a bit tricky going around the outside. Okay. The only thing with the DMC thread, that's what's good about this. It doesn't pull apart. I've only got two threads, but sometimes it tends to pull apart. You have little gappy bits. I mean, you don't have to do it on the inside as well as the outside, but it had that in the book, and I quite like it. A lot of people that I see that do these tutorials don't do the inside and the outside, but I like it. It's sort of got that really cute little look. I've got myself another little iron, so I can keep that on the table next to me. So I've ordered it, I've got to go and get it, and I need it because my iron, even though I've cleaned it, it's leaving a little bit dirty on some of my stuff, and you don't want that. Just as well, this one is actually going to be mine. Okay, now what we do is we go down and then you go across. Actually, it's probably supposed to go across onto that one, but oh well. But you go across, then you go there, and then you go across like that. I think I've gone across on the wrong one, but much the muchness. Yeah, so you'll go along there, and then when you get to there, yeah, you're sort of like crisscrossing. So I could probably keep going over here. And then come back when that's all done and we're in the middle, and I'll sew the button on, and then I'll do the outside. So I'll give it a pause. Might end up having a couple of videos. Okay, we're back again. So this is what it looks like, all stitched around. Isn't it cute? Now, when I sewed this one on, it didn't make any difference, like you were able to go through. So I've come out through here, and because this has got a bit of a backing on it, I'm just get your awl and push through, just having a little bit of a hole. We need this to sort of sit in there a little bit. Coming through. Don't want to have too much of a hole because I don't really want to wreck it. So there we go. Now come on. The one time that you need a hole, it's not always easy doing this, because this is where all those bits were, so you don't really want it to be too big. There we go. Now we want it sitting in. Even with the poking and prodding, still, there we go, not able to get this baby in. There we go, I think. Methinks, there it is. Are you serious? Come on. Look, I'm just going to try and feel for it at this point. And there we go. Try and get that in. Feels weird sewing the button on before it's finished. See, it's not. I'm not grabbing it. I am not grabbing it. There we go. Just have to lift it up. I think I've sewn up that hole. Which is probably not a bad thing, but you want the button to go in. Come on. Okay. Not always the easiest thing to do to get the pretties in, but I really do love this button. Oh, I don't think it'd be a video without me doing sewing, without me pricking myself at least once. Come on. There we go. And of course it knots up at the back because it is deciding to be a pain. Okay, all it is sewing on a button, for goodness sake. Oh, you guys must laugh at my antics at times. At least it makes me human like the rest of you. Well, I am going to try and undo this and I will be back. Okay, well, I've got it on with great difficulty. I will probably come back and do the next part in the next video. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll sew around the outside of that, do the running stitch, then we're going to put that on and I'll, you know, pin it, leaving a gap open like that. And then we're going to do stuffing. So yeah, so I might just have a very quick second video and maybe even attach it onto this. I don't know, see how I go. Okay guys, well, thank you very much for watching and I will catch you in the next part. Bye.